Today I'm going to be updating Bitcoin and checking out some alts I'm interested in too. Stick around. Hey, howdy everyone, Tony here. I hope you're doing well. Today I will be utilizing the TDU method of analysis to look for potential setups in the charts. Let's see what we can find. First, if you want to learn more about the TDU method, check out the site. If this video is helpful or you learned something new, please like and subscribe to stay updated with my analysis. Now let's dive into it. One quick thing before we do dive in here, just wanted to let you guys know that we are doing a 4th of July sale at TradeDevils.com. So if you want to learn about algos, Elliott Wave to the fullest, smart money concepts, market structure, geometry, if you're interested, definitely come check us out. We got some deep discounts going on right now to take advantage of if you're interested in learning some more about it. The last time I was looking at the charts here over the weekend, we were looking for a potential C3 setup, which I think played out pretty good. Right now, we ended up not getting the swift, super quick move up here and flipping this level yet, potentially. We ended up getting the sloppy sideways C-wave looking move here. There is still a chance we're rolling up still, and this is just some of wave 4. But the quickness of this move, we could be putting this in flat or something and heading up for one more go at it up here. But if we ended up doing that on a little bit more of divergence down here, then I'll be looking for an impulse complete, and then I'll be looking for the next degree wave 3C setup here. That's what I'm looking for now. I think we've been given all that needs to be given for an impulse complete. We have 5 waves up. Doesn't mean it's done yet. Just because we can count 5 waves up doesn't mean that it's done. Some other clues. The one clue is going to be the break of the 4 here, and I have a video I'll link up above over here that shows the other clues I look for when we're completing an impulse wave up. I don't think we got most of them, to be honest. If we did finish here, we swept the wave 3 high, which is all you really need out of it. And if we sweep the wave 4 here impulsively, that's either going to be at this wave C of a flat and we're going to head up for one more leg up, or I'm going to be watching if we start doing some corrective pattern up into the range of this last move, this last impulse here. I'm going to be looking for another wave 3C setup down. Could either play as some correction as to the internal range of this move from here to here, or it could be time for us to start heading down to either another zigzag to the side here, or if we're going to head down for lower lows. This is a key area. We bounced off of this key area here. We played this out. We got a nice impulsive move up. It's time to start looking down on the shorter term for a potential C to come in for a zigzag possibility, or for a possibility of a wave 3 down to continue to the downside. Alarms are set all over this place for me to keep track of what's going on. That's what I'm looking to play here in the next couple hours if it does produce this. A break of this and a corrective structure back in to the internal range here, I'm going to be looking for a short. That's it for the update on BTC. I just wanted to keep this nice and quick and concise. We can set up a plan to take advantage of this situation, because I do still think that this is a nice anchor up. An impulse is always a nice anchor to utilize to play off of. If we do break 62.23, this would be the ideal level for me to play off of for a short. We have to add all the other confluences that we're used to. The algos here up at the 50 discount, any imbalances that we might have in here, all that stuff. After the impulse, or after this PA prints, if it prints ideally here, these are the things I'm going to be looking for an entry to the down. But my next area of interest up would be the 64.5 to 65.5 area for a potential rejection and move down. I'm set either way. Those are my plans for now. But that's all I got on Bitcoin. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, let me know. From here, I'm going to go ahead and move on to some altcoins I'm liking for different reasons. They're not all trade setups right now. They're going to be things I'm watching for, alarms set, all that good stuff. The next coin I want to take a look at here was Doge. Right now, we're stuck underneath this resistance here at 13 cents-ish. I do have a potential for this to be a completed impulse down. The other thing I have this as is a potential flat as well. I'm torn on this one, but I think because of this resistance here, we do have a potential to play off of it. Depending on what you believe that this is, you can play this pretty much either way. Right now, I think that if we use this level as a level to play off of, if we get a bounce up in an impulsive manner, then we can use this as support down here before we get another move up like that. Down here on the 1 hour, you can see we obviously have some 3-wave move here. Not sure if there's another way we can count that. The other thing I really like here is this potential for a flat coming in right here. So A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we got to move up and out. Right now, what I'm looking for is a push up and out of this area of resistance here. And if we can get up and out of here, find a nice pattern, corrective pattern above it, we might be able to see an impulse print. Is it going to be a wave 3 or a C? That's going to be something that remains to be seen at this point. Flats in the wave 2 can be a nice bullish sign, but we don't want to put the Ferrari in front of the jet skis at this time. We really want to see this resistance here break. It's been bashing Doge down the last couple times it's attempted to get through. Just like Bitcoin over the weekend, we need to smash through this resistance line, find some resistance either above it or off of it, and a move up to get to warm and fuzzies that we're moving up for at least a wave C of a zigzag. Zooming out a little bit, you can see we got the 50% here. We came back down into discount. We got a reaction up a couple times. And then on the second leg here, we have another correction back. We have another move that moved up and back internally into the discount as well. Really want to see this move up. I'm not going to play this right now. I don't really want to buy into resistance, but this is another one that I'm going to keep alarms on set over here at 12.8. If we do get the break here, a correction above, I'm going to be looking to play this last leg or the aftermath. This is just on my watch list in general. If we pop up, we can't get up, we come back down and we start doing a corrective move back to this level, I'm going to be looking for a short. That's always the mantra for me. I'm always looking in both directions. I'm planning ahead for both scenarios that when you have a level like this, you can use it to your advantage in either direction. It doesn't matter bullish, bearish, short term. And for trading purposes, I don't care if this goes either way. I'm looking for clarity either above this level or to it to play off of it. Along with all the other confluences, algos, Elliott Wave, smart money, all that stuff is going to be built into my entries when it does come to it, time for it, if it does present itself. But this level is going to be a huge part for me. On the PA side, as always, I'm going to watch if this does break, how it breaks. Are we going to get a swift move up back to the moonish, or are we going to get all lazy and look like something like this? Usually when we're looking for wave Cs, wave As are going to be more swift, and then the wave Cs are going to be less swift and more lazy. Obviously, wave 3s are going to be a lot quicker. Depending on how this prints, either going up like that or like this, it's going to determine, which way my bias sways. We could be putting in some 1-2, 1-2 if we do end up putting an impulse up, but that's going to be something we'll have to wait and see. I can always play the C3 on the way down as well if that does print. If we get an impulse up here, let's say, and then I'll be looking for this move, and then I'll play for the C3 in this direction to play either down for the C or down to new lows for the 3. That's how far ahead I'm keeping an eye on this to play out. I think we have some decent clarity and a nice Elliott Wave pattern for now in there, but some if-thens have to happen before I pull the trigger. Next up is ZRO. I posted this, I believe, on Twitter, but definitely in the Discord to keep an eye on it. It did get away from me. I've been pretty busy the last couple of weeks, but this one did get away from me. I'm looking to play this down. I think this looks pretty good as an impulse complete. My mantra is just because you can see 5 waves up and done doesn't mean you have 5 waves up and done. We need some proof yet. And that comes in ways and clues that I go over in a video I did. You can check that out on my channel. But one big one here is we want to see the break of the 4. That's pretty far away at this point. Anything in between this level here and this level up here is our impulsive range. Anything could happen in here. We could get a bunch of corrections and stuff in here before we head up for all-time highs. Right now, playing this short is a little bit risky. It's going to be a lot of reward because I do think this is a little bit of an extension in the 5th. We did end up in the normal, most likely target for a wave 5. This is a nice quick move up, and I think you can see here down at the EWO, usually when we get a wave 5, we want to see some divergence between the wave 3 and the EWO and the wave 5 here, and we don't have this. We have a nice blast up. One thing that's discerning here is the volume drop as well. We have some topping possibilities here. We have the final channel here. We have the most likely target for a wave 5. Now we just need confirmation. This could just be the wave 1 of wave 5, or I could have this completely wrong. This could be a 1-2, 1-2. We won't know for sure until this level breaks down here at 328. But one thing I'm looking for here is a move down impulsively and a correction up. And then I'm going to be looking for the wave C and 3 setup. If we get this swift move down, I think even at the 5-minute, if I went down there, it looks like we broke the little 5-minute wave forward there, broke it for a little change of character at the smallest degree. And now we're coming back internally to fill in these imbalances and test it to see if we're going to head down for some further downside here, even if it is internally. This is the way I try and catch pivots. I don't blindly enter in just because we hit the most likely target for a wave 5. This is definitely the more aggressive outlook for me. I'm waiting for a few things to add up in here before I get all ham and jump in for a short. I think overall this looks very good for a completed impulse up. We have a nice 5-wave structure with the internal structure here for the wave 3. The wave 4 here, I have it as a flat. Did stop within the area of the previous wave 4, which is all gravy. We didn't quite make the 382, but we dropped off the 236. And we didn't quite hit the 50 down here, but we got the 382, which can be seen in more bullish structures. Right now, up here, if we do get the bounce down, I'm looking to see how we react here at 357. If we just dump through that and start going down, that's going to be my resistance if it breaks below that. But I really want to see how the wave count prints down here before adding to my short or making another judgment call on where I think this is going to go. This token or whatever just shot up here. Jumping in front of it's a little bit dangerous. I think this is the first area that I'm going to take a little jump in on it. If not, it won't hurt too bad. And if it does play out, it's going to be some good risk reward for me. Not financial advice. I wouldn't advise anybody else do it this way. We could always wait to see what we get. If we get a nice impulse looking move down, that would be more confirmation. And then you would look for the retrace of that impulse down at the larger degree to make your move to jump in. If we do something like this, you would wait for a corrective move like this, let's say, before you jump in for the move down, if that's what's coming. If not, I still think this is Elliott Wave at its finest, to be honest, in my opinion. Definitely keep an eye on this one. It's setting alarms and tracking and stalking this one. The next one I'm looking at here is AERO, or Aerodrome Finance. Right now, we're in a pretty massive downtrend here. I don't want to give anybody hope or say that I'm looking at a bottom or anything like that. We need some proof. We need a lot of proof here before we actually start looking at potential entries. The reason I'm looking at this and have my alarm set for this one is because right now we have this impulsive move and a 3-wave move up and coming back down. We could sweep the low here, but we're still coming into an area of interest here for me where we have an area of that played as resistance, got flipped into support before we get a big move up. Right now, I'm looking for a reaction out of this area. These are going to be alarm set. This isn't the bottom where you go all in. I'm not looking to a DCA or do any of that at this point. The Elliott Wave still looks like we could be coming to a completion down, but it's not 100% until we actually get the turnaround. As you can see, we got a pretty deep move down here from 230 to 40. Now we're down at 63 cents. I don't want to say I'm catching a bottom or give everyone hopium here that we're going to be turning around to. I don't know. What I do know is that we're coming into an area of interest, for me at least, that I have alarms set that I'm going to be looking for here for a potential pivot. It all depends how this turns around here. We have some pretty blatant levels to keep an eye on as well. If we do get a bounce out of this area, I'm going to be watching for, first of all, an impulsive reaction that would actually start breaking some of these lower highs. Right now, we have a pretty massive downtrend going on here, and we still haven't even put in a lower high. It's just been lower lows and lower highs all the way down. I want to see a sweep maybe down into this area, find some liquidity, and then we get a bounce impulsively up, and then we get a nice retrace back to this level before we get a move up. Alarm set on this one. Still have to wait for some proof before getting an entry or considering even entering long on this one. And of course, if we get a nice 5-wave move or a motive wave down here in the form of some diagonal of some sort or something like that, that would add to the clarity. But yeah, right now I'm still waiting for a reaction where we have some buyers stepping in and then an internal retrace to come back into this level potentially before we find some support. This would be another area to sell right here too. Let's say, yep. Yeah, if we can baby step our way out of this, get a reaction, break at least some of these lower highs and get a nice internal correction to that impulsive range, then I would consider taking a long. But until then, I think we're still in the downtrend. And any 3-wave move up, like even some of these aren't very clear, but if we get a correction on the move up from here, let's say we get a zigzag up, we do come down here and get a reaction. I'm looking for the wave C3. This could just be another correction at the larger degree, and we're just coming to test the underside of some of these levels before we move down even further. But I think it would be worth a setup if that does present itself. Next up is not. This is another one I put in the Discord as well. I think I ended up trading this one down a little bit on the move down. In the Discord, I said that we were going to get a move down if we could bounce off of this area here, which we did, and we could bounce up back above this level at 15 cent or at 15 here to look for a potential long possibility. But we did get the bounce out. It looks like an impulse up, but then we fell back down. And now we're rejecting from it. On the smaller time frame here, I still think we do have a nice looking impulsive move up. The question is it part of this flat potential here? We have some identifiers here that could clue us in that this is some flat at the moment, and this retraces deep. I was really hoping we could stay above 0.015 over here, but that hasn't been the case here ever since we've broken below it. We've tried to come up above it. Well, we just keep dropping below it, and now we've found resistance here off of the 50 in a 3-wave move back to it. So right now, I'm considering that this is going to be moving down for further downside. If I'm wrong and we're set to head up for higher highs, we really want to see a move up above this level here and then a corrective move back to it before getting any confidence that we're going to potentially bounce off of it for a move to the upside. Looks like we do have an impulsive move down. If we get an internal correction to this could lead to further downside. If we end up coming back to this level up here, then we could find resistance and head further down from there. That's what I'm keeping an eye on for in NOT. The next asset I want to look at here is Turbo USDT. Since I first saw it a couple days ago. But right now, I think we have some lower highs and lower lows going in. Even when we came back up here to retest this level, we couldn't quite break above it. What initially caught my eye was this quick move up off this potential termination point here, which could have been a wave 4 of a lesser degree. In bear markets in Elliott Wave, the wave 4 termination area can play as possible support for continuation to the upside. But we do have some equal lows here, but we have a nice swift quick move up here that was equal or greater value of this move down. We had a V-shaped recovery here, and then we had a three-wave move. And I was actually looking at this asset right around in this area when I first put this on the list, and we got the move up. And then as you can see, we've been playing off of these levels quite well. Back here, we had this played as support in this area, came back, flipped into resistance, came back up, played as support, and then we came back in and played as resistance in here. One reason I like this asset much is because of the level play we have here. Same thing on here, we have this level playing nicely, and then this level up here is playing nicely as well. It's been playing as resistance. This is going to be the major level if we do end up getting back up that way. But right now I'm watching this to see if, first of all, we can break above this level in an impulsive manner here from here and start flipping these levels with corrections, retracing back to them, and then continuing up. We can change the trend on this. Right now the trend is down. Lower highs and lower lows, even up here, you couldn't even wick above that one. All we have is lower highs and lower lows, and we gotta switch that up, which has happened here at the lesser degree. If this correction internally here could hold out and we start heading up, my alarms are set for this level here to watch it, and hopefully it'll break and then correct back to any of these levels. If we get a swift move up, break it, and then come back to it. I'm going to be looking for a continuation play off of these levels. Now, if we can't break this, right now we see another level here, right here right now we are battling this level where we swept that level and we couldn't find it as support. If this ends up breaking down, the idea for the upside is off, and then I'm going to be watching back down the list this level. We still are within the impulsive range here, but we're pretty close. We're pretty deep in the discount. When it comes to like algos, we don't have any algo support at this point. We're deep for a wave 2. But we really have to wait and see and look for an impulsive move up. At the lesser degree here is to feel a little more confident that we're going to start a move up and not go back down and sweep the low. And what plays as support might play as resistance in the Elliott Wave counts and moving averages and all that stuff. Even if we do break down, if we do end up breaking down there, I'm going to be watching for support, alarming these for the future, and watching how these end up playing. This next level at 35 here, if we get a break and a correction back to it, guess what? I'm looking to play it short. That's Turbo. That's all I got for today. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or have any other ideas or coins you think have good looks to them, let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, show me some love. Trade safe, trade clarity. Thanks for watching. Later.